For today, we will be walking through the QuickBooks Premier Edition 2019. So this is the application that was installed in your respective devices. So I expect na meron na kayong kanya-kanyang applications that are successfully installed. Okay? So for today's discussion, I'll be teaching you how to create your own company. And then we will be using a sample, an existing sample na company para mai-walk through ko kayo through the different features. Okay, so before we create before I walk you through a sample file, mag-create muna tayo ng new company. So when you open yung QuickBooks ninyo, ito yung una ninyong makikita. So just simply click on create a new company. Okay? So, yan, maglalabas tong pop-up window na yan. So, start setup lang tayo. Skip lang natin yung enter your email address. Okay, skip natin yan. Ayan. So, as for the business name, I want you to put your respective na names ninyo, no? So, just put your first name, A dot, and then your surname, okay? And then IT2 company. So, I want na ganito yung gawin ninyong naming convention for your business name. So, it should be unique for each of the students. Alright? So, industry natin. So, pwede natin lagay ditong retail. Okay? Business type. Piliin lang po natin yung sole proprietorship na lang muna tayo. Sole proprietorship. Okay. Wala tayong makikita dito na Philippines. So, ayan. Piliin na natin yung other. Okay, then create a company. So, again, business name natin, yung name ninyo. Yung first name initial, your initial, dot, space, your surname, and then IT2, company, industry po natin, retail shop or online commerce, business type, sole proprietorship. Then, click on create company. So, wait lang natin na mag-create yung company natin, no? Alright, so now you can start working. Okay? So, ito yung ating homepage, no? So, ito yung mga default features sa ating QuickBooks. So, I want you to go to Edit, okay? And then go to Preferences. So, this is an important step. Okay? Then, punta po tayo ng Items and Inventory. Then, Company Preferences. So, please check itong under Purchase Orders and Inventory. I-check po natin yung Inventory and Purchase Orders are active. Because without this, hindi po tayo makakagawa ng mga inventory natin. Hindi tayo makapag-track ng inventory. Ayan. So, check lang natin yan. Then, as you can see here, no, so meron tayo ditong mga other features that we can activate. So, pwede tayo mag-set up ng notification or warning if there are duplicate purchase order numbers to ensure na hindi tayo nakakapag-process ng same purchase orders, no? Para hindi madoble yung ating purchases na same naman ng mga products. Okay? So, yan. So, when calculating quantity available for my inventory, deduct sales orders. So, ang reason nito or ang purpose nito for deducting sales order is that nire-reserve na natin yung mga in-order pa lang. So, yung inventory, nire-reserve na natin siya para sa sales order so that hindi tayo ma-short ng inventory. Ibig sabihin, let's say, merong mga sales orders na natatanggap natin from the customers. So, let's say, umu-order sila ng total sales order, let's say, is nasa 40. Pero yung existing mo na inventory is nasa 50 na. So, 50 na lang. So, kapag nakatick po ito, so, it would show sa ating quantity available is 10 na lang yung available natin na item because they are already reserving yung mga quantity that are in the sales order kahit na hindi pa siya napupush through yung transaction. Kasi para ina-avoid lang natin yung magkaroon ng shortage. But of course, this is an optional function. Pwede rin naman kasi na gusto ni company na once process na or once paid na yung yung mga sales order o di kaya kapag na-issuehan na natin ng invoice, let's say, receivable naman natin from the customer, no? So, ayun, optional siya. Okay, so for these purposes, i-activate natin yung feature na to. Okay? So, ayan, so meron din tayo dito, no? Warn if not enough inventory to sell. Yan, so it's either the quantity you want to sell exceeds yung quantity on hand, so yung actual on hand na quantity ng inventory or quantity available, which is ano po, yung quantity available is quantity on hand deducted yung sales orders. Okay, so anyway, we will get to know more about that as we go through the different processes. So ayun, make sure lang natin na naka-activate po itong ating purchase orders and inventory. Alright? So just click on OK. So yan, so magre-restart lang yung ating QuickBooks. Okay? Now, if you click on Home, yan. So, you see, if you can, pwede nyo ibalik yung itong video natin. So, you'll notice na nagkaroon tayo ng mga additional dito na mga modules, no? Nagkaroon tayo ng purchase order, nagkaroon na tayo ng receive inventory, and nagkaroon tayo ng enter bills against inventory. Ayan. So, para mas mamamanage natin yung ating inventory, no? So, nare-receive natin siya pag dumating. Ayan. So, yung part na yon, we will be discussing when we go to the expenditure cycle. So, for this purpose, focus po muna tayo sa ating revenue cycle. So, what we discussed last week. Yung nag-discuss tayo last week na ating concepts on the revenue cycle. So, ngayon, i-apply na natin siya sa QuickBooks. Okay? So, for your first activity, this will also serve as your attendance for today's class. So, make sure that you create your own company. Okay? So, you create your own company, pangalanan po natin siya ng tama base sa inyong names ninyo. And then, I want you to take a screenshot. So, punta kayo dito ng edit, preferences. So, gusto kong makita na, ayan, na naka-check din itong purchase orders and inventory. Okay, so, i-screenshot na lang po natin yung buong page ng QuickBooks. So, ipakita nyo rin to. Ayan, so, gusto kong makita yung part na kita yung inventory. Okay, so, the screenshot should be just like this. Okay, so, I hope that is clear. So, when you open your QuickBooks, no, so we already created yung ating company, yung company ninyo mismo. Then, I want you to create a sample or to open a sample file. So, this is already included sa inyong QuickBooks package. Kasi ito yung meron ng mga sample transactions. Okay, so para meron tayong mga basis sa mga itetest natin. Okay? Sige, so, go lang kayo dito, open a sample file. Then, sa ating drop-down, ayan, then please select sample product-based business. Okay, so if you want to follow through the discussion, ito yung inyong i-create. So, when you click on that, it would take some time to download. Pili lang kayo ng kung saan nyo siya isa-save na folder. Then, once it's already downloaded and saved in your devices, so magiging ganito po siya. Okay? So, ito yung ating gagamitin. Now, you just need to double-click on this one. Yan. So, it's just a sample file, no? So, ayun, don't use it as your company file. Yan. So, you'll see here, no, sa ating sample file, since we chose a a product-based business. So, you'll see here, meron na sila ng mga purchase order, yung mga inventory modules natin are already there. Right? Sige. So, I'll walk you through muna yung mga important parts before we transact. So, important dito tayo sa right side, sa company na section natin. So, you have your chart of accounts, inventory activities, item services, order checks, calendar, and then, never mind this one, upgrade your QuickBooks. So, take note pala, no, it has been instructed rin sa amin or sa atin ni na Sir Ray from the Dean's Office na wag daw po nating upgrade. Okay? So, ayan. Kung bakit, I cannot answer. So, that's just the instruction sa atin. So, anyway, ayan. So, chart of accounts. When you click on that, ayan. So, ito yung kilalang-kilala talaga ng mga, ito ang kilalang-kilala ng mga accountant. Ayan. So, sa ating chart of accounts, so you'll see there the different accounts natin. Yan. So, you have the name of the account. So, makikita ninyo, it's not just the name itself, but we have an account code rin. Ayan. So, 10100. Okay, that's for us to classify the accounts better and to organize our accounts better. Then, you have your type here also. Ayan, so ito po ba ay bank? Ito po ba ay AR, other current asset, AP, etc. Okay? So, yung bank po natin dito, this is, of course, alam naman natin, kapag mga cash in bank, it's part of our cash account, right? So, kaya siya bank dito kasi meron tayong feature kay QuickBooks kung saan yung ating mga cash on hand or yung ating tinatawag na undeposited funds. So, sa setup lang to ni QuickBooks by default, pero we can also change this. Okay, so anyway, may mga undeposited funds tayo or pwede natin itong i-edit as cash on hand. Then, we have a feature wherein we can deposit all of the undeposited funds to the different banks. So, kung hindi bank yung type nito, hindi natin siya mapipili dun sa module na deposit, yung module na bank deposits. Okay, so, i-walk through din natin yan. Alright. So, sige. Dito naman tayo sa ating items and services. Ayan. So, itong items and services natin, okay? So, this items and services, ito yung ating tinatawag na item master data. Pag sinabi mong item master data, nandito lahat ng mga related items or related products and services that we will use when we create sales orders or even when we create purchase orders. So, if you remember sa mga past discussions natin, we want to make sure that there is consistency of the data that we are using. So, kapag kasi tinatype lang natin manually yung mga different products, especially if these are inventory, there is a high risk of mistake or errors sa pag-i-input natin. Ngayon, if we are going to use an item master data, ito yung magiging standard natin. And we will just be selecting them sa pag-create natin ng transaction. So, kung ano po yung select, ma'am, etc. So, of course, we will get to know more of that sa ating mga transactions na. Alright, so, ayan so we have different columns here. Ito yung mga important kasi when we create our own items, when you create your items, so I'll be giving you instructions on that. Okay, so meron tayo ditong name, ano ba yung product na yon? Meron tayong description, what type is it? Is it a service? Is it an inventory part, non-inventory part, or others? Alright, then we also have, of course, very important is the account. Okay, so dapat na-account natin yan. Kapag ito yung kinol natin sa ating sales order, saan papasok ang ating inventory? Or saan papasok yung ating sale rather? Saan papasok yung ating sale of that inventory? And you can also see here the total quantity. Alright, so you also see here yung ating on sales order. Ayan, so ilan bang quantity ang naka-order sa atin? Yung default prices natin. Okay? Sige, so let's try to create an item. Right? Sige, so dito at the lower left corner of the items window, just click here, no, item. Meron actually tayo ditong drop down para makita ninyo if you want to do something else or doon sa selected na item natin. Ayan, so may mga different functions dito. Okay? So if you want to create a new one, click lang natin agad item and then new. Okay? So another way to do that, cancel natin, you can right click anywhere. Okay? And then, you can also click new item. Or you can press on your keyboard Control-N. Alright? Sige. Yan. So, let's say, gusto natin gumawa ng isang, sige, gagawa tayo muna for this purpose ay gagawa po tayo ng ating service and then gawa rin tayo ng inventory part. Sige, gawa muna tayo ng service. Let's say, so pwede tayong gumawa dito ng item name and or item number, no? So depende sa ating management kung paano natin itatrack yung ating mga inventory. But the best practice always is to use item codes or item number. So let's say gagawa lang muna tayo ng C001 dash MacBook Pro. Ay, it's a service pala, sorry. Sige. So, lagay tayo dito. Okay, so let's do that again. I'm sorry. Ayan. So, it's a service. Sige, lagay tayo na S001 dash computer repairs. Yung sub-item of, ginagamit lang natin siya if gusto natin siyang gawing sub-item of another item. Ayan, so katulad nito, no? Yung mga related to one another or hindi kaya is kapag ina-assemble natin yung mga parts or let's say it's a package. Okay? Yan. So, sige. So, let's disregard muna yung ating unit of measure since it's a service. Yan, sige. So, lagay tayo ng description. Service to repair computers. So, let's say regular. We can put a default rate also for that. So, let's say 1,000. 1,000 pesos. You can also choose a tax code. Actually, yung tax code natin, na-edit natin yan. So, we will discuss further. So, pwede tayo kasing mag-add ng mga tax code and then nilalagay natin kung ano yung mga different taxes. Let's say, is it a VAT? Is it final tax? Etc. Okay, then yung account natin, since it's a service type, so pili lang tayo dito ng ating related na income account. Okay? Sige. So, ayan. Wala pa palang existing. But, let's, sige. Ito muna yung piliin natin. Let's say, equipment rental. So, pili lang muna kayo dyan for the sake of it, no? Okay. Then, click lang natin yung okay. Then, you will see here na, ayan. So, nandito na siya. Ano? Alright? Sige. So, try naman natin gumawa ng isang item ulit that is an inventory part. Okay. So, ayan. So, doon na natin ilagay. C001 MacBook Pro. Ayan. So, there are companies na, especially if like mga equipment or yung mga pwede nating i-track na mga high value, gumagawa sila ng separate na item sa kada isang specific talaga na, kada isang specific na physical item mismo. So, hindi siya general. So, halimbawa, based on the serial number, katulad nito, based on the manufacturer's part number. Yan. So, lalo na yung mga high value natin na hindi natin mini-measure by bulk. So, gusto natin siyang matrack na specific item, no? So, unit of measure, ito, pwede rin kayong ditong mag-add eh. Pwede tayo dyan mag-add. Let's say, yung mga measured by kilos, measured by pieces, liters, etc. Ayan. So, ito important, no? So, meron tayo ditong cost of goods sold account and meron tayo ditong income account. So, alam nyo naman, yung cost of goods sold account natin, no? So, ito yung, dito siya na a-account for when we sell it. Okay? Of course. And then, pag binenta na natin siya, meron tayo ditong COGS account. And then, the related income account. Yan. So, itong cost natin, no, pwede tayo dito maglagay ng default na cost niya. And then, yung sales price, of course, sales price kapag binenta natin. Okay? So, select lang natin yan. So, sige. Pili muna tayo ng mga since it's a different account eh. So, gawa tayo later pala. Then, of course, inventory information. So, kapag bumili naman tayo, saan siya ma-account for as an asset. Okay? Sige. So, let's click on OK. So, gusto ko lang na makita ninyo kung how it looks like when you create. Okay, so ito na siya. And then we have here naman yung computer repairs natin. Okay? Ayan. Alright, so another part of your activity, if you can check on the file that I updated, so you will be creating different items and services based on the activity sheet that I sent out. Okay? Next, so of course, revenue cycle tayo. Yung din-discuss natin ngayon. Dapat meron po tayong customer rather. Kasi paano tayo makapagbenta kung wala tayong bebentahan. So, if you click on here, yung ating customers, yan. So, lalabas ang ating list of all our customers. Ayan sila. Okay? Sige. So, dito, no, sa ating sa customer module natin, you'll see here the different names. Pag pinindot nyo yung mga names na yan, you'll see more of the details nila. So, hindi lang yung information mismo ni customer. Ayan, you have the customer information, but even that related transactions. Yan, lahat ng mga transactions nila dyan. Alright, and then you can also see here yung kanilang contacts, or you can even add to-dos related to them, notes, yan. Even the email, no? If it's, if the email is integrated to the QuickBooks. Yan. So, dito tayo focus, yung mga transactions natin. Okay? So, itong transactions natin, when you double-click on it, i-redirect ka niya dun sa mismong source document mo. Ayan. So, you see that? So, let's close this. Ayan. Sige. So, balik lang tayo. Ayan. Hold on. Okay. There. So, what I did here, if you saw that, no, select lang kayo dyan ng ating transaction type. Tapos, makikita nyo naman yung transaction number dito. Okay? So, pag click nyo yan, double-click rather. There. So, it will, again, redirect you to the source transaction natin. So, ano ba talaga yung transaction? So, makikita nyo dito yung details. Yan. So, dito papasok kung bakit important that we have our item master data because if you can see here sa left natin, no? So, dyan siya ginagamit. Okay, so ayan, piniselect natin yung items. Hindi po yan tinatype. Okay? Alright, so ano pa po ang important sa ating customers, no? Of course, important ang ating totals. Yan, balances rather. Yan, so ano po itong balance na to? Ito po ay ang accounts receivable balances. Okay, so bakit po important ito? If you remember, one of the important steps is to validate the credit limit, right? Bago po tayo mag-approve ng ating sales order, check muna natin, pwede pa po ba nating bentahan si customer? Or lampas na ba siya or na-hit na ba niya ang kanyang credit limit? At hindi na natin muna siya pwedeng bentahan ng new sales unless they settle their outstanding balances. Alright? Sige. Okay? So, close natin to, no? Okay. So, before we create some sample transactions, i-walk through ko lang din po kayo, no, sa ating flow natin, no, yung flow ng ating mga transactions. Okay? So, yung mismong revenue cycle natin. So, dito sa QuickBooks, actually, it's nice kasi we have a graphical representation dito. So, alam ko, no, you're very much exposed na to the different flow chart. So, parang ganito lang din siya. Except, the processes are being represented by the modules themselves na, yung icons. Okay? Sige, so start po muna tayo kapag gumawa tayo ng sales orders. Ayan. Itong sales orders natin, so as if you can recall, no, sa ating concepts that we discussed, yung sales order natin, it's being triggered by the customer order. Pag umorder po sa atin si customer, gagawa po tayo ng ating document which is a sales order. Okay? Ayan. So, sige, open muna natin, pero we will create it later. Ayan. So, ito yung laman niya. Ito yung mga kailangan yung i-fill in. Sino ba si customer? Sino bebentahan natin? Of course, the date. Yung sales order number natin, this should be generated naman. Automatically generated, no? And then, yung items natin, dito tayo magse-select. Okay? Then, the descriptions, they are automatically generated. Even the rates, so yung default rates that we set up. But we can change this. Nati-change po ito. Unit of measure, amount, anong kind ng tax ba siya. Yan. So, pwede nyo yan i-select din. Alright. Sige. So, once you create the sales order, ang magiging next dyan ay once approved ang ating mga sales order, if they are within the credit limit, no, we can create invoices for them. So, if you remember, we discussed na ang sales order po natin, wala po siyang journal entry pa. Hindi pa po nito affected ang ating balances. Ang nakaka-affect ng ating balances ay pag-create po natin ng invoice. Kasi sa invoices, dito po tayo nagre-recognize ng ating accounts receivable. Okay? Then, once we create the invoices, nirecognize na natin yung accounts receivable, ipapadala natin ngayon kay customer yung billing. Okay, o customer, ito na ha, in-approve namin yung order nyo sa amin. So, ito yung babayaran nyo ngayon. Okay? So, of course, binigay na natin sa kanila. Then, they should pay us. Okay, sige. So, tignan nyo muna ito, yung itsura ng ating invoices. Ayan. So, medyo same lang rin siya actually ng itsura, yung mga different forms natin, no? So, nag-iiba lang siya ng name. Alright. And then, yun nga. So, umorder sa atin. Sige, inisyuhan natin ng invoice. O, magbayad kayo O, sige. So, dapat magbayad sila. Okay, we receive their payment. So, ngayon po, ang kinaibahan dito sa customer payment natin, hindi po tayo pwedeng mag-create basta-basta ng payment lang na kunwari may nagbayad. Pinipili natin yung ating customer. Tapos, lalabas kung ano pa yung mga hindi nababayaran. Ayan. Okay, so it would show us. O sige, magbabayad na po si customer Robert Allard. Okay, so let's say meron siyang 10 mga invoices that are not yet paid. Okay, so you can select there kung saan ba specific invoice natin i-apply ang kanilang payment. Okay? So don't worry, kasi this is just an overview eh. We will be creating actual transactions. Gusto ko lang ma-gets ninyo yung flow bago tayo mag-create. Okay? Bago tayo mag-create ng transaction. So again, may umorder sa atin, binigyan natin ng invoice, then nagbayad na sila. So pag nagbayad na sila, dapat meron tayong another step dyan sa ating banking. Alright, so sa ating banking, meron tayong record deposits. Okay, so if you remember kanina, I mentioned doon nung nasa chart of accounts tayo. Kaya meron tayong ma-account type na bank. Sige, balikan natin. Chart of accounts. Ito po, no? Kaya meron tayong account na bank. Tapos meron tayo nitong specific na undeposited funds. Or this refers to the cash on hand natin. Ayan. Kasi meron tayong, dito natin siya gagamitin. Meron kasi tayong record deposits. So, lahat po ng mga pagkakabayad, ayan, no? So, ito na. Meron tayong, may mga hindi pa na-deposit. So, ito pong mga payments that we need to deposit. We will be selecting a bank kung saan natin siya i-deposit. Kaya meron tayong ganong accounts dito sa QuickBooks. Meron kang bank, tapos meron ka ding undeposited funds or cash on hand. Okay? So, pakita ko sa inyo dito. Ayan. So, here, deposit to. Ayan. So, dito ka na makakaselect ng ating bank. Alright? Ayan. Alright. So, that is the basic na revenue cycle natin. So, syempre, meron pa tayong mga isasama dyan ng mga refunds. Okay, so yun lang yung ating end-to-end. As if pagkabili, inisyuhan mo ng invoice, nagbayad, dineposito mo. Diretso lang. But of course, there are also other related na mga transactions or events such as refunds and credits. Ayan. So, itong credit memo natin. So, yun nga, para sa mga refunds, no? So, dito natin siya pinapasok. Alright? Okay, so that's it for the introduction muna ng ating QuickBooks and ng revenue cycle natin. Then, the next part, we will be creating sample transactions. So, sorry, I forgot to mention din pala, no? So, itong homepage kasi natin, dito mo makikita yung mismong flow. Kaya maganda na dito kayo nagbe-base. But you can also select yung different na mga functions natin dito sa left side. So, may mga shortcuts tayo dyan. And pwede rin kayong mag-base dito sa ating menu bar. Ayan. So, you'll see here pa din yung mga different functions. So, mas detailed siya actually. So, itong customers natin, no? So, pag tinignan dito, andito rin siya. Create estimates, sales orders, invoices, etc. So, iisa-isahin natin yan. Then, yan. Vendors, employees, banking, reports. Alright. Sige.